Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. So, as we have promised in the last lesson that we are going to talk about past progressive aspects in the next lesson of this week, my dear students, we are going to talk about past progressive aspects, both past continuous tense and past perfect continuous tense. My dear students, to understand progressive aspects, I have set three similar objective for the lesson. By the end of this lesson, my students will be able to comprehend different aspects of past tense. For example, that is past continuous and past perfect continuous tense. And my students will be able to translate sentences from Urdu language into English language, and they would test their language productive skills, and this would be our ultimate aim by the end of this lesson. My dear students, I would recap again the hierarchy of past tense. You need to know different aspects of past tense. As we have talked about simple indefinite or simple past tense or past indefinite tense and past perfect tense in the last lesson, we are going to talk about progressive and perfect progressive in this lesson. But I would like to recap my and your knowledge of past tenses, because we have learned it greatly in or we can say just before the holidays. My dear students, I was writing a letter. I had been writing a letter since yesterday. I had written a letter. I hope it is very simple. I wrote a letter. It is second form. It is from past indefinite tense. I was writing a letter. This is from because of was. I will inshallah teach you how to use how to convert past continuous from Urdu language into English language. And then I had written a letter. We have learned in the last lesson that had plus third form of the verb is used in past perfect tense. These two tenses are unfamiliar for us till now. We are going to talk about it inshallah in the next slides. Again, there must be a discussion on the difference between sentence and tense, because many students do not know what is the difference between sentence and tense. My dear students, sentence is a combination of words and tense is time. So the landlord was selling his property. The landlord was selling. All these words are combining together to make a single sentence. And was selling is telling us that this is from past tense. So past is time, and you can say tense is a time, and sentence is a combination of words. My dear students, past continuous tense is considered as one of the most easy sentences to translate into English language. If the sentence is ending at raha tha, rahe the, rahi thi, or rahi thi, you have to consider them as past continuous tense. My dear students, what you need to do, because it is very easy, you have seen it in present continuous tense where we are having Urdu words like raha hai, rahi hai. Similar is the case in past continuous tense, but we have added it instead of hai, we have used tha, the, and thi. All the other aspects are similar: raha tha, rahe the, rahi thi, वगैरह. My dear students, in past continuous tense we talk about some action in the past that was in continued nature for quite some time. So to translate them into English language, we have to use ing form with the first form of the verb, and then as a helping verbs we have two helping verbs, was and were. With singular subjects we have to use was, with plural subject we have to use were. My dear students, the word you is also considered as a plural subject in past continuous sentence, or you can say in English language. So the structures are in front of you. Simple sentence structure is subject plus was and verb plus verb, and verb must be in ing form plus object. Subject plus was and verb plus not plus verb plus object in negative sentence, and then interrogative and then double interrogative sentences. Double interrogative must be given importance. WH words plus was and verb plus subject. You should not write WH words and subject, and after that you have to use was and verb. This would be entirely wrong. So you have to use WH words plus was and verb plus subject plus verb and then object, and at the end of the sentence you have to put question mark. So this is easy explanation. You can learn it easily. If you can remember all these rules, all these simple rules, you can easily translate past continuous Urdu sentences into English language. So there are some sentences to translate into English language, my dear students. Sentences बूढ़ा कमरे में ऊँग रहा था. So रहा था is telling you this is from past continuous tense. वो झूठे वादे नहीं कर रहे थे is telling you this is from past continuous tense. वो तैर कर दरिया के पार जा रहे थे. So रहे थे is also exhibiting from, this is from past continuous tense. रहे थे, so it is also telling you this is from past continuous tense. So how can you translate them into English language? I am going to give you few seconds to translate them into English language. Then I will tell you the possible and correct translation of these sentences. You can take 30 seconds for translation. I hope that you have done it, my dear students. बूढ़ा कमरे में ऊँग रहा था. The old man was dozing in the room. The old man was dozing in the room. So was plus ing form. This is what we need to do in past continuous tense. वो झूठे वादे नहीं कर रहे थे. They were not making false promising. Were and then making. Because of they we have to use were, and because of singular subject we have to use was. वो तैर कर दरिया के पार जा रहे थे. They were swimming across the river. कुछ बच्चे सूखे पत्ते इकट्ठे कर रहे थे. Some kids were collecting dry leaves. There must be full stop instead of question mark. So this is easy translation, or you can say easy aspect of past continuous of past tenses. My dear students, what we need to remember that if the action is progressive or is in continuous nature, you have to consider them as past continuous tense. This is important. Raha tha, rahe the would tell you this is from past continuous tense, and then the ball is in your hand to translate them into English language by using was and were, and then main verb as in ing form. My dear students, past perfect continuous is very similar to past continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense, you can say it is just like another form of past continuous tense. The Urdu identification is similar. Raha tha, rahe the, rahi thi, वगैरह. They occur at the end of the sentences of Urdu language, but there is additional element in past perfect continuous tense. If they are at the end of this raha tha, rahe the, rahi thi, they would be considered as past continuous tense. But if you add the time, the duration in the sentences, it would become past perfect continuous tense. For example, wo namaz padh raha tha. This is from past continuous tense. वो कई रोज़ से नमाज़ पढ़ रहा था. वो रमज़ान से नमाज़ पढ़ रहा था. So रमज़ान से, कई रोज़ से, it would make रहा था, रहे थे as past perfect continuous tense. So I'm not going to tell you in detail the use of since and for, because I have talked to you, I have given full explanation to use since and for, but just I'm going to tell you how to change them into English language. So if you see raha tha, rahe the plus the addition of time, you have to use first from the verb plus ing form as a main verb, and then had been with as a helping verb. So the structure is in front of you. You have two words, had and been, as in the case in present perfect continuous tense. Subject plus had plus been plus verb plus object plus since and for plus time. So this is what you need to do in your English translation. The difficult thing is to translate double interrogative sentences from Urdu language into English language. Why? Because students commit some silly mistake. For example, they write why had been Ali. This would be entirely wrong. What you need to do, you have to write why and then had, then Ali, for example, and then been. Been would always be attached with the main verb. Been would always be attached with the main verb. You can drag this had in the center of the sentence for declarative sentence and at the start of the sentence for interrogative sentences, but this been would always be attached with the main verb. So my dear students, there is use of since and for in past perfect continuous tense to talk about duration, but I'm not going to give explanation on the use of since and for. You can go back to chapter number the week number 4 of the lesson number 2, I guess. You can learn the use of since and for out of them. My dear student, there are some sentences in front of you. एक घंटे से बूंदाबांदी हो रही थी is telling you this is from past continuous, and plus एक घंटे से. So एक घंटे से we can from that you can recognize this is from past continuous tense. There is a duration and there is रही थी as well. तुम सुबह से कपड़े सी रही थी प्लस सुबह से. हम पिछले साल से यहाँ रह रहे थे. पिछले साल से duration रहे थे. So this automatically is telling you this is from past perfect continuous tense. क्या किसान सुबह से खेतों में बीज बो रहे थे and then सुबह से. So these are from past perfect continuous tense. I'm going to give you 35 seconds to translate them into English language. Let's see what will you do. I hope that you have done it, my dear students. एक घंटे से बूंदाबांदी हो रही थी. It had been drizzling for an hour. तुम सुबह से कपड़े सी रही थी. You had been sewing the clothes since morning. हम पिछले साल से यहाँ रह रहे थे. We had been living here since last year. क्या किसान सुबह से खेतों में बीज बो रहे थे. Had the farmers been sowing seeds in the field since morning. So this is all from past perfect continuous tense. What you need to do, my dear students, to learn the use of past, the use of since and for, you need to go back to week number 4, and then you proceed to week number 7 or lesson number 2 of week number 7. My dear students, past perfect continuous tense is easy, just as the case in past continuous tense. They both can be learned simultaneously. The difference is between duration. If the sentence has duration, you have to consider them as past perfect continuous tense. Otherwise, you have to consider them as past continuous tense. I hope everything is clear to you, my dear students. I'm going to again recap and summarize past perfect continuous tense, or all the aspects of past tenses. So my dear student, this is a summary, a recap from past aspects and present. You can learn it simultaneously. My dear student, this is an easy simplified chart of past tenses. I'm going to attach a worksheet assignment to work. You can work on them. You can translate them into English language by listening all from these 2 lessons. At the end of this lesson, I will say goodbye and wish you